I've never found a love like this. There it is. I've never found a love like this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV, the place to be on a Tuesday night in the freezing cold. And I'm joined by the main man to my right. Get all my words out. Mitchell, how are you doing?
I'm very
Mitch,
good, thanks.
how are you doing apart from West Ham, mate? Because West Ham life is fucking horrendous, bro. At the minute, let's be honest.
Mate, I'm honestly sweet as. I am sweet as.
Yeah, right.
Vibes are
Do
good.
that?
New year, feeling a bit. I forgot the word. Anyway, I'll think of it in a sec.
Positivity.
Nah. I'm feeling very. No, what's the word for trying new things? I just got it in my head.
Mate, like, listen, this is
What's
you.
What's the word for trying new things?
That is you trying to land a fucking point, mate.
I know. What is it? What's the word?
Word? God knows what word. I don't know what fucking word you're on about, mate. But the word on the street is that Moyes is on his way out. Right, let's talk about it. Let's get into this. Mitch, yesterday, Twitter went into meltdown. Right, we was all there. I had a phone call saying that money had been heavily been put on Moyes, to go. And what was it? I done a space yesterday about 2 o'clock, was it? I think it was. Or I finished about 2 o'clock, half two, something like that. I got a phone call about 3:15, basically turning around and saying that the markets have gone mental and basically Moyes was on his way out the fucking door, basically. Do you know what I'm saying? What are we saying about this? Like, first of all, let's talk about Moyes, and then let's talk about Rafa Benitez. Do you know what I mean? It gets worse. Go ahead. I'll go through the comments.
I'll talk more about Benitez, and we'll just start off with first. What we start off with first?
Moyes. Go with Moyes. Like, he's the geezer who's in charge at the minute. So let's go with him.
Actually, I thought you said we was going to speak first briefly about the previous game, the Wolves game.
Go ahead. Speak about it. Yeah, go on.
All right, sweet.
Far away.
I thought that was shocking, and to see some people on Twitter saying that it wasn't a terrible performance and trying to brush it off.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Saying, it's not as bad as people are trying to make out to be.
Yeah.
It does not fucking matter. It doesn't matter. Like, we were slightly better against Leeds. We were slightly better against Brentford in the second half. Like, it really don't matter. If we're losing every game, we're in a relegation zone, and we're on course to get 30 points at the end of the season, it doesn't fucking matter.
What did you think about it?
I thought it was so bad. I thought you were very harsh on Souček. I got to say, I thought Souček first half against Wolves game was one of our best players.
I understand that. But when we have to win the game and attack, we are setting up in a way to sort of contain this team. And like the last 20 minutes to go, there's a lot of issues that I've got, right? Which right. The first one that comes into play is right. People say 4-0. People say Ben Rama. I'm not going to go overly into that, but let's be real here. We need both of them in the team. We don't need one of them. We need both of them. We need 4-0s in there to press, and we need Ben Rama to create stuff. So we've got a lot of problems there. Go on, I'll let you land on what you're saying.
But the overall team performance is bad. And what you said a couple of weeks back to me, which I'll make you right about Rice, he's not been quite.
He's not on it, mate. He's not on it.
He's not the same. He's definitely not the same. He don't go on his striding runs. Before we'd link up with Ben Rama on the left.
Yeah.
And he'd like do overlaps
and
stuff.
And there's no disrespect. There's no disrespect to Declan Rice, yeah? None.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I love the geezer, yeah? But you've got to see it for what it is. He hasn't been on it this year. He hasn't been. He's world class.
I think this year he has.
I don't know. Not this season, mate.
This season.
Yeah, maybe this season, yeah. But not this.
This calendar year so far. These 3 weeks when it's been these 4 games we've had since returning. Yeah, right. He's not been the same. I agree.
Yeah, well, listen, we lost the game 1-0, and then like everyone comes out about Moyes again. I done a little thing, a player ratings, and there's a few players in there who are not fit to wear the shirt, in my opinion. I will get to the comments shortly. Right, let's get to this. Obviously, that's been and gone, and now this has appeared. Moyes out, Rafa in. What are you saying about this? Right, I'll say this quite openly, yeah. I'm in the world of betting and all that, and when I see that come up on the screen, I wasn't surprised that a lot of money had been laid on David Moyes to go be the next man sacked. Because of that podcast, I think the money just flew in for him because basically he's handed himself up on offer, really, if I'm being truthfully honest. What did you make of it with with that?
The podcast or
yeah,
the odds?
Basically with Moyes and Rafa, basically.
So I think Steve, donation, you're the donation man, honestly.
He's a top man, Stevie, mate.
Appreciate top man, Steve. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, good. Carry on, mate. Good. It was the same. The ratings. You think I'm harsh? His ratings were terrible. Rich.
Lucas told me not last night before that he was giving Souček like 4s. I thought it was really harsh.
Not when you go back and look at it. When you go back and look at it, yeah, he was okay.
He was okay. Exceptions.
Did we win the game?
No.
Right.
What ratings did you give Ben Rama?
5. Standard. Yeah. I did give him a 5, mate. 100%, mate. There's no fanboy in this fucking channel. I know that. Right. Talk to me about this. Moyes out.
A lie. That is a lie.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Let's get into it. Right. Moyes out. Rafa in. Right. What are you saying? Right. If he does go after the Everton game, and Rafa comes in, is that a good appointment for you or not?
No. But I'll take him. I would honestly take anyone besides from Mark Noble or Warburton. I would just take on anyone else. I don't care. Or Allardyce. I wouldn't take Allardyce. That's it. Because I think we just need change. It doesn't matter where it comes from. As long as it's someone. Like the good. I was talking to Lucas actually the other night about Rafa Benitez. And yes, recent history goes against him. It ain't be great. But I think because he's multilingual, and he can speak multiple languages, it'll be good with the foreign players. I think he knows a bit of Italian, speaks Spanish.
I don't think it's as
communicating with foreign players.
I don't think it's as bad appointment as people are making out.
It ain't good. It's not great. It's not great.
It's not great, and I will openly say that it's not a great appointment. All right, but look what he has won. He's experienced. He will get the best out of Paqueta and Scamacca. That's I believe.
For Newcastle, with what they had at the time.
Yeah, and
under a very minimal budget.
Like the problem is, it goes up the tree, as I've always said. When you take the kingpin out of the fucking empire, then the rest of it will filter down. And the problem is, it ain't Moyes, it ain't even Rafa Benitez, it's David fucking Sullivan. And when people understand that and start looking at him and going, right, the man with the Russian hat, fucking, he needs to go, and we need someone in who cares. Yeah, it's not good, mate. It's not good. Obviously, people saying about Dyche. Would Dyche really come to us in this situation? Maybe, but I think
he would. But Dyche would definitely come to. Look, the thing is with Rafa, there's many other better options, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but it's got so desperate that I would honestly take anyone there. So, the thing is, think of Moyes at the minute, just managing us for the rest of the season, and then think of Rafa. I think Rafa would definitely bring a positive change, and he knows how to play attacking football, and change system. Yes, it's a risky one because he might. Well, he's getting older. He's recent managerial jobs ain't been too great, but he's always been able to get the best or get good stuff out of his attacking players. I
don't blame Rafa Benitez though, mate. Listen, if I was in his situation, I would take the West Ham job. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Like,
but we should offer him a contract where he says, look, give him a bit more incentive, because people were saying that the Everton job, he went in it too kind of comfortable, wasn't wholeheartedly in the job, in the mindset, and was for a payday, which is what a lot of people said, including Alfie. Yeah. And I said, well, then offer him a contract where, keep us up, and we'll see a possible but keep us up and get us to the final of the Conference League, and then we'll double your wages for the last month or whatever, and then we'll give you a bonus or look at a possible extension contract.
No West Ham fan in their right mind is going to moan, if he comes in and he wins the conference. Not one person. No one will moan about that. Do you know what I mean? Listen, right, this should have been done 7-8 weeks ago. We all know it as fans, right? This should have been done. You know it, and me and you said it after the Leicester game. He's got to go, and then Alfie and Lucas were very right. No, stick with Moyes. In Moyes, we must basically. Do you know what I mean? Now it's come to a stage where it's becoming unbearable with Moyes. If I'm being honest, like it's really becoming unbearable, and like the problem is if we don't get him out now, he will send us down. There's no two ways about it. James, if we get Rafa, how long will it take until Mitch gets him sacked?
I didn't want him sacked first. It was James that wanted Moyes sacked first.
Yeah, I was the one who called Moyes out first, mate, because just some of the stuff he was doing.
Stick that one up, you can. The ideal situation, I think, is if we get short-term manager like Rafa or Dyche. Bielsa, I think, is very risky for the situation we're in.
We can't have Bielsa because we ain't got the players to press. We don't press now, so what chance have we got with our Bielsa team? Do you know what I mean?
So we don't have a striker that presses. So I don't think we could do that. It could work, but I think we're too risky. I don't think there's any point in taking it. I'd like a short-term manager like Dyche, ideally, and then evaluate in the summer. So I really think if we enticed Michael Carrick or Vincent Kompany, I think them two managers would be ideal for West Ham.
Yeah. Before we round this up, I'll just go run through the chat and then we'll move on to our next topic of conversation. If Moyes wins at the weekend, and it could happen, does he get the sack for you? Because I actually think, right, if you want me to be truthful, if he wins on Saturday, I actually think this is a done deal, mate. If you want me to be truthful, from all the people I've spoke to in regards to betting and all that, they said the market shifted in a way that they've never seen it shift. It's like it's already done. Now I looked at the markets again, and they've sort of reset themselves over again. Yeah, but something's not right. It's either it's literally they're waiting for that game. Really, I think because I don't think they're going to sack him before the David Gold tribute thing and all that. I just don't see it.
True.
So I can see it after. What were you saying?
That's why he said as well. He said, the board said that. David Moyes has been very respectful towards David Gold's family, and that he's been really helpful to him, talking to him, and like helping them through the hard time. And he's going to pay a big part of the tribute on the weekend. It is Saturday, isn't it? Okay.
Saturday. Yep, Saturday, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
LS.
You could be right. I don't think so, though. I think for me, ideal result is probably a draw because I think he might get sacked from that. I don't think he'd get the sack from a win, and we have to sack him. So I think a draw. I think it's probably an ideal result. As bad as it sounds, I think that'd be an ideal result. Obviously.
If he does get the sack, how would that make you feel for all the years that he's been here?
Over the moon. At the moment, it's gone past that now. At the moment, he's ruining his legacy for me. I would have a bit of reflection. I would say, yes, he's done well for us. And he's been a good manager for us by the time he's been here. But I will be ultimately very happy to see the back of him because the last year, like the last full year of football at West Ham, has been the worst I've seen in a long time, probably since I don't know.
2010, 2011?
Yeah, maybe 12-13 season when we had
2010, 2011, it just feels it. That's why I've got nothing against David Moyes. He's given us some really good years, but all good things do come to an end. As I've been saying on this channel for months, like it's time to say goodbye, and West Ham need to get out of this shit that they're in, get stable, and then go and get a high-end manager. What someone said in my chat the other day, Mitch, before I move on, they turned around and said to me, West Ham can go and drop 160, 170 million in the transfer market, but they can't go out and pay a manager 10 million. Do you know what I mean? They can't go and get a top-end manager. Now, that to me speaks volumes, because if you go and get a top managers attract top players, and it works like that. And you might be able to keep your best players at the club for having a top manager. Like, I see someone mention Jose Mourinho, West Ham fans are like, oh, I don't want Jose in here. Like, look at his connections with Chelsea and Spurs and all that. But he's a winner. He knows how to
He
win.
wouldn't come to us. Why would he come to us now?
Well, he looks like he's on his way out of Roma. So
does he?
But yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't take him now anyway. Possibly in the summer, but I'd still have many other managers in front of him. Yeah, I agree, mate. Well, let's move on to this. And the word there is podcast. Now, you must be wondering, James, where have you lost your nut? What are you talking about? A podcast? James,
no, I haven't.
Have you lost your nut? What are you going about? A podcast?
I haven't lost my nut, Mitch. I haven't. But I know a man who has. That's David Moyes. And this week, or
mate,
yesterday...
I forgot he was on about it. I don't actually know what he was on about. I thought
you
were introducing a new podcast to the channel or something. I was like, what are you on about?
The Diary of the CEO, right? He was on it with Steve Bartlett, is it? I think it is.
Yeah, Steve Bartlett.
What did you listen to it?
Lucas thought it was Stephen Bear.
No, it ain't Stephen Bear, mate.
Last night said to me,
Stephen Bear's in Nick, mate. He's doing some bird.
He's got engaged to his missus the other night.
Oh, did he? Fucking hell, mate. He should be in Nick doing bird. Right, talk to me about that. Right, did you see the podcast of him?
Oh, first I'll let you say it. Lucas said that online. Oh, Mitch. Oh my God, have you seen the podcast with David Moyes and Stephen Bear? I went, Stephen Bear? You're fucking joking. I said, I'm definitely listening to that. He went, oh my God, Stephen Bear's so funny. He went, and I had a long talk with him about, do you remember when he was on Big Brother? Do you remember who was on Next on the Beach?
Yeah.
Went, he's the funniest guy ever. And I found him, went, that's fucking Stephen Bartlett, you cunt. He went,
oh, mate, I've got to give you a round of applause for that. That's a round of applause for the accent, mate. 100%. 100%.
Max is poor.
Yeah. Right. Talk to me about it. Did you watch it, Mitch? Yes or no? The podcast.
I've not watched any of Moyes' interviews, none of his fucking pre-match conferences, none of his podcasts.
Yeah.
He can fuck himself.
I think
not Moyes in. Alfie's not Moyes in.
If I'm going to be honest with you, that was filmed within the last 7 days. 100%. Because he mentioned something in there about 16th. West Ham was 16th in the league. Right? So that's where we've been for because we dropped down, if I remember rightly. So this has been done within the last 7 to 10 days. I reckon it was done probably just after the FA Cup game. But or it's either before the FA Cup game or just after it. One of the two. For me, it's a PR nightmare, as Nicky Hawkins said on West Ham Fan TV. 100% agree with him on that. I don't know why he's done, why it's been released when we're in the shit. And I'm going to come to this comment or this topic of conversation, Mitch, which is going to get our bloods even more fuming.
Mate,
is this man not signing Álvarez? Julián Álvarez, the Manchester City striker, the World Cup winner, the one where we needed a striker because Mikel Antonio was on his own for £14 million, Mitch. So what do you say about that, my friend?
I mean, I read it and I wasn't surprised. I mean, there's been loads of players Moyes has, missed out on. He missed out on Jack Grealish a couple of times. We had the opportunity to sign him years back when Moyes first got the job.
Yeah.
And then the second time in his first transfer window, we had the chance to sign him. Oh, loads of players that I could go through them all.
But this man is different about all them other ones because West Ham was fighting for fucking top 4. They was fighting in Europe. They was playing very well, and he just let him go. He let the man go. Mm-hmm. I don't understand it, Mitch. I see today, right? And what makes me laugh is he signed Jordan Hugill for fuck knows how much.
It wasn't unknown then.
No, it was 14 million. 14 million pounds.
Someone said that he was unknown, but it wasn't unknown. He smashing the goals from.
No, what it was, he went back on loan to an Argentinian club, but West Ham could have signed him. West Ham could have just signed him up and kept him there. 14, as Just George says here, which is 100% bang on. 14 isn't a gamble. 14 million.
If you get offered someone, as a top manager, he's a half a season wonder.
No, I don't know.
He's done really well in the World Cup though.
He's better than what we had, Trinity, and we had no one. To be honest, we had no one in sight. Go on.
Yeah, well, it's poor. Yeah, it's poor. It's poor judgment, and you could say, he was nothing at the time, but at the time, if you're being offered a player like he was, you've got to watch him and scout him. And obviously, Moyes didn't scout him well enough or watch him well enough. And
no.
It's just.
I've got to stop you.
João
It's
Felix.
Newman.
We was offered João Felix as well.
Yeah, and do you know what? Rob Newman scouted this geezer for a while, offered him to Moyes, and Moyes says no. Like
really?
Tommy said it earlier on. Yeah, on
Newman's only been here for a year though.
Yeah, but Rob Newman's not a mug, Mitch. That's one thing he's not.
No. But he's only been here for a year. How can they recommend him for a while?
Well, no. Well, obviously he's got his scouts all over the place, Rob Newman, hasn't he? Like Rob Newman, the way you got to look at this, right? West Ham have got Rob Newman in, who has been a massive success at Manchester City. He brought in X amount of players, Company, Aguero, to name two, right? He knows how to find players. He found this geezer out in Argentina or wherever he was, or Brazil or wherever, and he said to Moyes, I found a player here, £14 million, right? And Moyes just goes, oh, I don't know, I trust Antonio. Fucking trust Antonio, Mitch. And we had 13 outfield players, bro. 13. That is just criminal, mate.
Antonio is not a fit man.
And he's fighting injury.
On the doors in Brentford.
Fucking getting back on the doors in Brentford, mate. I could not believe. I couldn't believe it when I heard that. That makes you want to smash your TV up, mate. Trust me, because it's just that's just painful, mate.
I don't know about you. I'm calm. Like, I think you need to take a chill pill, James.
I need to take something.
I'm joking.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying, though, Mitch? Like,
yeah, 100%. No, it's infuriating.
Because I'm looking at the transfers now, and I'm looking at the players that we're trying to attract now. West Ham are struggling to get the Nigerian striker at the minute. Moffey, I think his name is. Yeah. But we can't pay £14 million for this geezer.
I know. We want to fucking put £25 million on the table for Moffey, who I don't think is suited to us at all whatsoever. Yeah. But, potential world-class young prodigy, Julián Álvarez, the next Aguero, we didn't want to sign him. Mate, I don't know why Moyes said that. I think for him to come out and say that is embarrassing. I think it's so embarrassing.
Here's a question for you, Mitch, before we move on. Would getting Maguire and Danjuma on loan and maybe a left back be a good window? For me, 100%.
Be a superb window to get them to get free in. I mean, I'd take Maguire and Danjuma, and I would say that's a brilliant window in itself.
Yeah. Anyone who's turning their nose up at Harry Maguire, mate, like it's something now. They need to go and get their heads severely tested. Honestly, literally severely tested. Like, how can you turn away Harry Maguire? He's ideal for us at set pieces. Come on, mate. He's Danjuma.
I just think bringing the ball. Him and Aguero are very similar and would complement each other very well in that they can both play with the ball out. So we wouldn't struggle anywhere near as much to play through the team. Actually, I think we've been playing much better from back to front in the last couple of games with Aguero back in the side.
Aguero's a good player, man.
It's just the final third, the quality is severely lacking.
Aguero's a talented footballer, mate. And listen, he's the only hope that I have of West Ham getting out of this mess. But I said it the other day before I sort of go into the chat because I want people to ask us some questions tonight. For me, if we keep Aguero fit and get Zuma back, we've got half a chance of getting out of this mess. And that is, and that's me being as positive as I can be. The only thing I will say is we're not cut adrift yet. Like, no teams are 3, 4, 5 points clear of us. Right, we are one win away, and we shoot up to 13th in the league. And then that one win, everything looks rosy, doesn't it? Right, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
so
it's a pain in the arse.
And the thing is, on Saturday, if we don't win that game on Saturday, then I don't know what to say really. If I'm being honest,
if we lose, I mean the boos. If we fight amongst fans, it's going to go into fucking carnage.
James, if we sign Maguire, we'll be playing 5 at the back, which you hate.
No, we won't.
No, it goes a 4, Scott, 100%. Don't need to play a 5. One thing West Ham have got to stop doing is trying to play 5 at the back. I've said it for ages. It don't work. It just don't work. So it's got to be 4-3-3.
I think within the next 3 games, Moyes is guaranteed to be gone. guaranteed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't even still be here though, Mitch. He really shouldn't.
Oh yeah, I know.
Do you know what I'm saying? He really shouldn't. Maguire's a red card waiting to happen every game. I don't know. I think he's a good defender. I think we need. If you imagine if you had him and Aguerd at the back, it looks better then, doesn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? The only problem is with things is what people can understand is defending wise. I think if we can get our players sorted out, like Zuma and Aguerd, I think we might be all right. It's the other end of the pitch. In this, not only the other end of the pitch that people have got to worry about, it's the old guard. I'm going to say people like Bowen has got to turn up. Do you know what I mean? Like
even with murder, I think he's the one. He's like under the radar, under the ground, just like pulling people out from underneath him.
Yeah,
murdering people. He's been shocking. I think really, as a winger, your job is to not keep the ball and just keep and move it about. Your job is to make things happen. You can't put any good balls in the box. His shooting's gone to absolute shit. He's not beating his man anymore. Yeah, he's so average, like really shit.
Hammer's 89, 90 minutes football reporting the board are meeting tomorrow. If he gets the sack this week, right, and I fucking said it on, when did I say it? Sunday night. I said, if they sack him on Wednesday or Thursday, fucking Sullivan, I just want to throw him at the door, mate, at this club. I really do.
No, I don't think they will. Unless they're meeting tonight to consider the fact that maybe they sack Moyes, line up, say, a Benitez, Daesh, and then for the Everton game, keep Warburton in or someone. I don't know.
That can't happen, mate.
As an interim manager.
Do you know what? I said it the other day. Right? If it's a one-time game, just put Noble in charge of the team, just for one game. Just for one game, Mitch. I guarantee you. No, listen. People might say, "Oh no, don't do it." I guarantee you, he will be in all their faces, and he will be up. Like he will get them up for that game. If Mark was in charge, I'm not worried. Just for one game, I can guarantee you that them boys will give it everything for him. Do you know what I mean? I really do.
Possibly.
Do you know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens there. But let's come to this. Right, it's time. Have your say, people. Right, anyone in the chat want put any questions across to Mitchell, me? Do whatever you want to do. Be respectful. Is Moyes getting the sack? I'll read them out, and Mitch can answer them. For one game, his motivation is better than anyone. I agree on that. I really do. Like, listen, I haven't got to worry about Mark Noble getting motivating his team because I know he'll do it. It's just like, would you rather have Mark Noble or Warburton, Mitch? Because I think Warburton's stealing a living at this club somehow. I don't know how he's doing.
I would actually probably say Noble. It's crazy.
Yeah,
as crazy as that sounds.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mitch, who do you want when Moyes goes? If you could pick someone, Mitch, who do you want?
So at the end of the season, because I don't think we should get a manager in as a long-term project until the summer, personally, I think we should get Sean Dyche or Hassan Hootwell.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
No! What?
Fucking Hasselhotel. Fuck off, mate. Don't go down that route.
Hasselhotel is a decent manager.
No, I'm not having none of it, bro.
£30 million summer budgets every year.
Right, this one.
Dyche will be my number one. If not, then Hasselhotel.
How's Mazawaku doing? Would you recall him? Mazawaku's on his way back. He's going to be out the door. Question, Mitch. Does Irish Tommy use hair conditioner? Well, I assume so. Let's have a look. Dan Jim is a must. Yeah, Dan Jim is a must for us in this window. Will bring goals, pace, and directness. I agree. I really do. Dan Jim is the man, mate. He has to come in. I've literally been DMing him all the time on Twitter, saying, send in the address to West Ham's fucking base.
You can play on the left and you can play up top.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones.
It may be a bit of a cunt. That's why alone is ideal, darling.
Hey, mate. Mitch, would you let Moyes fart in your face after a litre of Iron Brew and some haggis if it meant he left West Ham after?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, dear,
100%.
mate.
I'd
Are you serious?
Sit on my lap, take a shit, and fuck off. I'd let him take a shit on my leg. Fuck it. If that meant he left, 100%.
Fucking hell, mate. Listen, mate. He's bad, but that's really bad, mate. That's really bad. Do you think the board set up Moyes with that interview? The guy is a good friend of Brady.
The board didn't.
No, that because that interview.
No, definitely not. Then they would have sacked him already.
No, that podcast though. Surely that has to go through West Ham's sort of media team, though, isn't it? That's to surely.
James, I don't even know. I've not looked into the podcast. I don't know. I don't want anything to do with Stephen fucking Bartlett.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Scott says, James, can you bring back View from the Sidelines? Come on, mate. I remember that back in the day. Fucking hell. That was the first ever show I actually created on another channel. And yeah, fucking hell. It's still there now. What do you think Rafa's midfield would be? Good question.
I think he would play that free midfield. I think he would play with Dan's, Rice, and Favor, stop skipping my comments. Simon MCC is saying.
Yeah, no, I'll get to him in a minute. I'll say it about the end. Go on.
I think it would be Rice, Paqueta, and Fornells or Downs. Be one of the two. I don't think he'd play Souček. I think he'd take one look at him in training and go, "Fucking hell, you shit."
Fucking hell, the impersonations tonight are just next level. Is that what you think he'd do? So, like, give me your three then. He'd do Paqueta, Rice, and Fornells.
Yeah, or Downs. He'd play one of them.
I think he plays Fornells, mate. I really do.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think he plays Fornells. Question for Fever. Who's your favourite Chelsea fan? Simon, that's you, mate. I've only got one. Yeah, I think they'll give it okay. I think they will try and use the interview and try and take the blame off themselves. I agree on that. What would be your 11 for Everton? I'll fire this at you, Mitch, because obviously I'm going to do a preview later in the week and you're going to be busy. So give me your 11 for Saturday.
What's that noise? Sorry, mate. So it's come from my TV. What my 11 be for Everton? Ariola, Sofal, again. What? What?
Ariola?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, go on, carry on.
You can't. Ariola, Sofal.
Rewind. Go again, Mitch. Go again.
Ariola, Sofal again.
Yeah.
Zuma, because I think he's back fit.
Yes.
Emerson, personally, I just don't like Cresswell. He wasn't too bad on the weekend, so him or Cresswell, 50-50 for me.
Yeah.
Rice, Paqueta, Fornells, Benrahma, and Scamacca. Antonio.
and this will be Antonio, no? That's when the shot's going into Rose Head, hitting you on the head, mate. 100%.
I would have there for Bowen. He needs dropping.
No way I'm having Antonio in this team at the minute. No chance at all.
He's really shit in a minute, but even when he's clumsy, he can make stuff. When he's shit, he can still do stuff. Bowen is having no effect in the same minute.
Is Cresswell finished in the Prem?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm glad people are starting to see this now because, like, Alfie, you can't tell Alfie.
I've always agreed with you.
Yeah.
I was the original Cresswell Scar spin dippinator.
We go. Cresswell versus Gray would be a mismatch. Totally agree.
Gray plays on left, though, doesn't he?
Damari Gray. No, but he plays on both. I think he plays on both sides. I think. Well, whoever's up against Cresswell's going.
What's happening?
Do you know what I mean? Whatever happens, like, yeah. Cresswell's a championship player now. I agree on that. Potter's in the house. How you doing, Darren? Hope you're good, man. Let's have a think. At least Antonio has scored. That bomb drop effort should have been for Bowen. Yeah. Yeah,
exactly,
I remember that.
James. Don't you dare cunt him off. He may be shit, but at least he could do something.
Yeah, I know. It's
What else
got to
you
do
saying?
something.
Go on, Potter. Hit me with a question, mate.
Yeah, you can't, Potter. Let's have a look.
Come on, Potter.
Let's
Give
have
me
a
something.
look. James, have you got the heating on tonight, mate? I can't afford fucking heating. not at these times. I always like wear my hoodies, mate. You should know me, Scott. You should know me, mate. Like, Scott's a chef, so if you want anything cooked up, he's your man. What went wrong this season in one sentence, Mitch, for you?
What went wrong this season in one sentence? Okay.
I can give you one word.
Moyes' stubbornness.
Fucking nick my word, you bastard. Nick my word. I was just going to say stubbornness, mate. 100%. He's stubbornness. His stubbornness is his downfall at the minute. Let's be real. Like, to not play 4-0 is one thing. Not playing Ben Rama is another thing. And playing Souček consistently is baffling and all. I just hope we start on the front foot for once. Obviously on Saturday.
Arrogance, lack of ability to adapt.
Yeah, here you go. Look, Steve Bell says Pierce leaving. Is it that black and white for you? I want you to be honest now, because I'm going to be truthfully honest. Is it that black and white that Alan Irvine and Pierce, they've gone, and we're fucking falling off the edge of a cliff as a team? But we don't look like winning the game at the minute, which is shit scared worry.
Well, who left in the summer?
Yarmolenko.
No, I'm talking stuff. I'm talking
no one.
Wise.
No one of any note that I can remember.
When did Pierce and Irvine leave then? Was it in the
Irvine left in November, I think it was, and what's it called? Pierce left in January, I think. I might be wrong on that. Someone could tell me in the chat.
No, for me, it was not even this season. It's the second half of last season.
Yeah.
I thought we were shocking as well. Really bad.
I agree.
The results we got, we were terrible. We was getting fucks in most games. The football was playing, went stale and poor. It's been the same this season. So it's been since then. So no, I wouldn't say it's because Noble's left. I would probably
There you go.
Maybe Pierce leaving.
Pierce left in July.
All right, so not Pierce then. Whoever it was prior
Irvine.
left. I think someone left in
Irvine, Alan Irvine.
It could be, but again, it's easy to point fingers at the reasons why. Who left in January for us last season?
Fuck knows, mate. All I know is that we nearly went out to Kidderminster, and that was enough for me. Like, when you can't even beat that tier team, then, do you know what I mean? That was when you nearly broke your leg, wasn't it, Mitch? Wasn't it? Was that when you nearly broke your leg or something? You fell.
God, yeah, no one had twisted.
Remember that? Yeah.
At the Kidderminster game, fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
Mate, that was just carnage. That's carnage in that game. That's brilliant.
James, would you hire a striker coach, someone like Henry or Owen? I wouldn't have Owen. Henry, I would. So he knows where to score. But what makes me laugh is we can have a striker coach, but we still wouldn't know how to hit the back of the net. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the problem.
It might not Skamaka. I think Skamaka is such a good player. I think he's really good, and it's annoying me that he's having to play around this shit in a minute. It's annoying because he can be I think he could be a top 6 striker in the Premier League. I really do.
Some channels coming out saying Danjuma is back on. Made it clear he don't want to come to us.
That's not true. He said that didn't appreciate him and his agent didn't appreciate the comments that was made about him in the summer by Carlton Cole. However, on X's podcast last night, X said that his agent would be willing to forget if Danjuma would want to come back to the Premier League and come to West Ham, they would be willing to completely forget about it.
How many fucking bridges are West Ham as a club going to keep burning, mate?
Yes, that's poor one. That was really poor professionalism.
Like, I'm not being funny enough, right? You don't see this at other clubs. You just don't see it at other clubs. Like, I don't see people. Right, first of all, we're chasing old targets. That's the first thing, right? When I covered this last year, do you know what I mean? And now we're going over the same. It's like going over the same old fucking script again, isn't it? Let's be honest. I agree with that comment. John Artson and Paul Kitson in the 97-98 era was fucking real deal. Question for Mitch: ketchup in the fridge or cupboard, Mitch? For you?
I live with my parents still. If I could, I would have it in the fridge, but they like to have it in the cupboard, so fuck them.
You like it in the fridge?
I do, yeah. I do like cold ketchup. I do.
I can't have that. That's got to be in the cupboard, mate. It's got to be in the fucking cupboard, mate. You know it. Go on.
I think to keep it fresh, it's got to stay in there, innit? I actually think apparently it's supposed to. I read somewhere. So that was a good joke to the soundbite, James.
Yeah. Well, you know, bring back bring Psycho and bring Irvine. Yeah, I agree.
Any more questions?
What we'll never get another Hartson and Kitson again, because Moyes would rather sign 3 defenders, and that's 2 strikers. Redknapp attack teams Moyes never will. I agree on that. Whoever we do sign up, like it's like we're hoping to sign up players. You know what I'm saying? Who are going to attack. I will say one thing, but while I wait to see if anyone else comments. Yeah, for me, I just feel that there's got to be there's not a philosophy at West Ham. Like, let's be honest. What is West Ham's style of play at the minute to you? It's like
down
basic
the wing, on the byline.
Yep.
Cross it in.
That's it. I look at other teams.
Same for last year.
I look at other teams. Right, I watched the other Arsenal Spurs game the other day. Yeah, and I'm seeing fucking Tottenham go from left to right, down the sides, through the middle. I don't see none of that with West Ham. None.
Bash.
I just, yeah. 2 top lads, keep up the great work, James and Mitch. Thank you very much, Scotty Venn. If you want a egg mayonnaise sandwich done, Scott's your man for you. Do you know what I mean? He'll cook you up anything. You know what I mean? Just get in touch with.
Sandwich.
You know what I mean? Get in touch with him. Yeah, but I'm going to be honest though. Yeah, that's the problem, though, isn't it? That is the problem. Like what style of play have West Ham got in a minute? And what I'm hoping for, whatever manager does come in, he will bring his style of play and enforce it onto the team. I don't think West Ham know how to fucking go forward and defending wise. Fuck me, I don't even know how they know how to defend. Question for Fever and Mitch: what positions do you both play? What position are you, Mitch?
Really, I like to play as a midfielder, a defensive midfielder ideally. But if I'm playing a team which are out of our league and too good for us, then I sit back in defence.
Yeah,
clean up.
I am a left-sided player who cuts in onto the right. That is me. That was me in the day when I could kick a ball about. I must admit, I can't do it now. Bringing players in should have been January 22nd.
35, mate.
35, mate. I like you. You're on the Christmas card list, mate. I'm 36, brother. No? I mean, it was my birthday the other week. I didn't get a card from you. You know what I mean? But it don't matter.
You didn't give a card for me, you cunt.
I don't know. It's still in the post. 100%. You know what I mean? Right, let's have a look. What else have we got here? If you want an attacking manager, Bielsa's your man. The only problem with that, Mark, and I'll say this, is West Ham don't have the players to press. Would you agree on that, Mitch? Like, if Bielsa comes in, West Ham would need to change literally about 5, 6, 7 players. Right.
I don't think we've got the striker to press. I think Bowen can press well. I think Ben Rama I do think Becquet and Fornals would be great at that. And Rice. It's just the striker would worry me.
Scamacca's not the man for that.
I think it could work, but for me, it's a bit too much of a risk.
Yeah.
And with how injury prone our squad is, a lot more players will be getting injured. And I don't think we should go
fucking all the time, mate, which is a worry.
Yeah.
Hopefully we stay up. The way I see it is if we keep having these headaches until the ball are gone. Yeah, I agree, George. I really do agree on that. I've always said this, and I've always stated this from minute one. Once West Ham, get rid of Sullivan, West Ham go on to another level, because I don't think an owner would accept this what has happened right now. This should have been done 7-8 weeks ago. And also, I'm going to say this quite openly on this channel, yeah, because I'm very open on this channel. Yeah, West Ham as fans, our mindset's got to change and our mentality's got to change from being just acceptance of what's going on. Like, West Ham should be competing for top 10 every season. Like, well, I looked at the figures. I don't know whether you see it today, Mitch, yeah, but the figures come out for how much money West Ham has spent. About 400 or 500 million over the last 5 years, I think, 5-6 years. I'm thinking to myself, like, we're second from bottom, or we're joint bottom. So, like, it's just not good enough at the end of the day. Any chance you lads will jump on? Any chance you lads will jump onto the West Ham Irons channel again, even tonight? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind helping Jazz out from time to time. He's all right. Do you know what I mean? He's
mate, I get on with Jazz. When I haven't seen Jazz in a while, actually, in person, but when I used to West Ham Fan TV, we got on really well with Jazz.
What's your best West Ham moment so far this season, Mitch? There ain't many, but what is there?
You know what? For what it was, that moment when Cornet scored that goal.
Oh yeah.
I was going mental, and you could see me in the crowd. Like, I was with Alfie that game as well, and Alfie was like, just because he's a lot smaller than me, he was under me like that. I'm going fucking yeah. I'm just going mental. But he already knew. Alfie already knew that it wasn't going to be given. It was going to be disallowed, and I didn't.
Talking of tomato ketchup, because that's what it seems like the topic of conversation is tonight. Alfie has tomato ketchup on mash. Is that right?
Yes, he does.
Fucking disturb that kid, man. I love Alfie, yeah. Sure. I want to strangle him sometimes into oblivion. Like, you know what I mean?
Me and Lucas want to do it all the time, trust me. All the time. Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Southampton away. When Rice scored that goal.
Oh, yeah.
And Lucas was up from the US of A and he's with my mates. And Lucas was on just by the stairs. And he came over to me whilst I'm celebrating and got me in a headlock whilst I'm celebrating. And I'm like that over the same.
And Lucas, yeah. Listen, anyone who Lucas comes on his channel, yeah, I love Lucas. Yeah, I've met him a few times. I went down to the airport when he came over from England the second time. I went down there and picked him up with my missus and brought him back to the ends. I'll be honest, he's a fucking character, mate.
I don't know why I said that. Sorry, God.
Do you know what I mean? You need to get out of that, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's actually top late. And do you know what? When people say about him, yeah, I've seen people saying about the American fan base. Basically, he's a fucking proper fan, mate. I know a few.
He's a bigger fan than a lot of some people. Chat, trust me, he's an amazing.
There's no comparing. But when people say he's a proper fan, he come over here, spent a fucking lot of money over here, 100%. He done about 2-3 grand over here, literally going to West Ham games and just going anywhere.
More than that, mate.
Was it even more than that? Was it? People, would you ever come to a game got brought by Qataris and they knocked down the bowl and rebuilt it with maybe come and watch us play? Now listen, as soon as Sullivan is out the door, James is back there, mate. Whether I'm in the suite or I'm on the terraces, I'm there, mate. I'll probably be with Mitch. So yeah, do you know what I mean? Qataris, yes, please. Do you know what I'm saying? And Scott's just checked into the fake taxi comment. You know what I mean? Best goal this season, Mitch, for you.
Well, the Schemackers probably.
Ben Rama's versus Palace. That's me.
What was that?
Well, it was the one where he scored a goal and got fucking subbed by our manager.
No, Schemackers versus Wolves, I'd say.
Yeah, they ain't a bad one. I must admit. They ain't a bad one. Qataris are very interested in the Premier League and getting their hands on a club. Could you see that happening, Mitch? If Qataris come in and wanted to take over West Ham?
Yeah, X spoke about it, not in last week's podcast, but the podcast before that. There are Saudi investment, I think, is looking at purchasing a stadium with land around it. They're considering Spurs, but nothing's really happened yet. But we fit the bill with what they're looking for. But obviously, we would cost more because they need to buy the LLDC out.
That's it. Yeah.
And obviously add the stadium, which will cost a lot more. But again, it would be a good investment, mate. That'd be amazing. I don't care who we get bought off of. They could be fucking fascists. I don't give a fuck. Just buy us, please.
Do you know what? Right, I'm going to sort of round this up now, and then we're going to get this all sort of wrapped up. For me, I just want to see West Ham win a fucking trophy before I die, mate. I'm going to be morbid on this, yeah. No, listen. I'm healthy, people. I'm healthy. I'm good, but I'm breathing, right? But I want to see West Ham win something before I go. Like, let's be honest, 43 years now. This year, the West Ham haven't won a trophy. Some people in the chat have seen it. They've seen like claret and blue down fucking Green Street. They've seen all that. Like, I've not seen West Ham win anything. Like, you haven't seen West Ham win anything. And I think as a club, I just think because our mindset's just got to completely change. If you want me to be honest, I'll just look at us and think basically the mentality has to be we can't accept this no more. And we've got to accept literally going forward now and going, right, we have to get to a quarterfinals minimum every year of any competition that we're in. Like, I would like to see West Ham win something before I go. And 1980, as Black Country Hammer says there, it's just too long. 43 fucking years. It's a long time. Intertoto Cup fever, remember that? I do remember that, mate. But yeah, I would like to see us win a FA Cup, League Cup.
Right off the Betway Cup.
Do you know what I mean? The Betway Cup. We'll take anything.
What's
do you know what I'm saying?
What's the cup?
Yeah, I agree, mate.
Mate, do you remember the first game at London Stadium, Betway Cup versus Juventus?
Juventus,
and Carroll scored a hat trick, didn't they? You're saying, I think.
And Zaza scored for them, wasn't it? Do you remember when he scored for them? I'm sure he did. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Right, let's wrap this up. Before I go, we've got a bit of an announcement to make. Do you know what I mean? So 92 of you's in the chat. Well, sort of. First of all, please do smash a like on the video. It goes a long way. So get them likes up for me. Get us out there on the YouTube scene. Mitchell gave me some news earlier that someone would like to sponsor the channel. So I'm going to look into it. It's a major thing for me. I'm going to say this, right? It's a little speech time, yeah? It's a major thing for me. It really is. Like, listen, I've got the boys on and they're in it with me. So whatever I get, they get. Simple as that, yeah? Because I'm not a greedy man. Never have been, never will be. And I'll make sure Mitchell, Lucas and West Ham Online, even though West Ham Online's a bit of a prick sometimes, he'll be looked after. To get offered to be sponsored on this channel means very much a lot to me. It really does. Like, I remember sitting up at night talking to 6 people, and people I know in the chat, like Jay Woods is one of them who I sort of remember all the time. Joan, even Steve Bell have been with me for a very, very long time. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't ever question anything really. There's been times where I wanted to walk away from the channel and go, you know what, this is just not for me. It's just too much egg.
Who's told you, James, you're being silly?
No, hold on. I'm going to say this. I can say, listen, yous lads have all been diamonds. Not a problem there. Even my missus has said to me, James, keep marching forward. You're doing well. It's just going to take time. Yeah. And to get offered something today was quite, I ain't gonna lie, I was quite emotional about it because I've fucking grafted. Right. And ain't now, I've got a good core of lads of all different ages, all different opinions. And the one thing with this channel that I've always said I'll do from the day I started it on September the 1st, 2021, is I want it to be real. I don't want no fake shit. I don't want people. If people have got an opinion, I want to challenge their opinion. I want people to challenge my opinion. It's all about discussion and debate for the best of West Ham. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's always what it's ever been on this channel. So to get offered a sponsorship from a company today was quite a major thing for me. So yeah, listen, I just want to thank everyone, like Mitchell, Alfie, Lucas. They're the core 3 who have been with me on this. Affers, who's not so much on it now, but he started it with us.
Baba.
Yeah, I mean, he's busy, but we're all in it together on this channel. And the way I look at it is, whatever happens to me filters down to the other lads. Because one thing I won't ever do is I won't ever leave them behind, and that's always how I put it, basically. Do you know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm really, really fucking over the moon with that. We're going to see how it sort of lands and go from there. But we're working on it. Like, we're working on new stuff. I want to start getting more people who are in the chat on the channel. I I want people to talk to me about West Ham and give me their opinions. And if you think I'm talking bollocks, then tell me. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you think he's talking
bollocks,
I don't talk bollocks.
He talks bollocks regularly.
But that's a lie. That's a lie. Thomas Bernard, top man.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Donations.
Thank you very much, Thomas.
Channel, we always appreciate it very much.
We do appreciate it, man. So yeah, like I say, and that's it really. Do you know what I'm saying? Scott, I've asked you for time to come on, bruv. I've asked you for time, but you can always come on. And I actually do like Scott.
Scott is never coming on. Mate,
he keeps telling me he'll come on, he just never does, but he comes on the fucking spaces. Right, so I'm going to leave it at that. It's been a good day for me, personally, Mitch, all the lads, in regards to the channel. As for West Ham, we need a win on Saturday. Mitch won't be around till probably Saturday evening. If we lose, Mitch is at home, and we'll be doing the same in the evening.
If we lose.
So yeah, we're going to sort that out. So anyway, I'm going to sort of I'll be back Thursday 3:30. Me, Tommy, and Ibby will be on here talking about the preview, going through it. Anyone who's on Twitter, go and follow Ibby. 100%. He done a thread the other day which was absolutely first class. The write up on it was brilliant. Everything he wrote, top man, top class, and he's going to be on here Thursday afternoon.
Is he?
Yeah. He's going to. I'm getting him on here.
He's a good lad. I like Ibby a lot.
Yeah. Do you know what? Right, we have some laughs on the Twitter Spaces and all that. And anyone who's followed me, go and follow me on E20 West WHU, I think it is, on Twitter. Go and follow me on there. And I do the Spaces and some of the opinions on there. Listen, you don't even need a TV, mate. Fucking hell. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to end it on this one. Eastside Views is in the house. And he says, remember I told you about Moyes last season, right? I just want everyone to acknowledge and say to Eastside Views that he was right. Because he was right. Do you know what I mean? See, there you go, Eastside.
That is under discussion at the minute. Me and James will have a little chat.
yeah. But anyway, I'm going to let you go and enjoy your Tuesday evening. We will see what happens with West Ham over the next few days. But listen, look after yourself, be healthy. And listen, as I always say, thank you very much for the support. We're building something here, and I will make sure it becomes a success, even if it kills me. Take care. Peace.
There it is. I've never found a love like this.